Yeah. We back in the building, y'all. We back. The green room. We back. Captain Kirk's Jamaican rum punch is back.
Boom.
I'm drinking again. I'm back.
Yeah. You healed up?
Not really, but listen, I figure it was like a month now? If I'm not supposed to drink by now, it's like, dude, you did something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even the medication they gave me, I finished taking all of it. So
I
figure I could drink now. You know
I think I might have another one of these.
Right, as long as it's not mixing with the medication.
Yeah.
So we back. I know Kirk, I know you was watching like, yo, why they ain't drinking the rum punch, man? Like you know, I told you I was at the dentist. You know what I'm saying? We was having some work done, some dental fixtures going on here. Not fixtures, but dental cosmetic surgery, we'll call it. And now I'm back on the rum punch. So Trey is the only one not drinking with us this evening.
No,
I have a half every weekend, man.
Oh, yeah?
I'm good, man. Every weekend.
I actually brought extra because I'm like, yo, when I leave here, I'm gonna go to the factory. I gotta get on stage.
You gotta sit at the factory.
I'll throw a few in the fridge and have them there when I get to the factory in case I need one.
What time the factory show?
9:30.
My man, they wanted you to come to the bourbon room. You know, I got the bourbon room tonight. It's gonna be a big show. My man Stefano.
Okay, tall dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be packed though. He's like,
yo, that's the bullshit. Everybody want me to come, but ain't nobody hit me.
Well,
they told Trey to tell me, why you ain't hit me?
Yeah.
Why you ain't hit me, Stefano?
You don't know you, and he don't know you like that. Both of them.
Stefano know me.
So after the factory, you know what I mean, if you want to shoot up there.
I'll hit you back.
Yeah.
Back in the building, Tone Rock in the building.
Joe Feezy.
Your boy Trey Elliot.
And this episode, let me just say this right now. I'm jealous of Trey that he got to do this episode before I got to do this episode. But it all makes sense because my son is 4 years old. So it'll be way different if I tried to have him on the show and do an episode with him. It'd be a lot of stuff thrown around and toys and him not answering questions and asking where his mother is. So it's only fitting that because you're older, you get to do it first. You get to do it first. Yo, introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are.
It's Bryce here in the green room. Trey Elliott's son. I'm here kicking it with the fellas, man.
Bryce is in the green room.
Yeah.
Welcome, brother. Welcome to the show.
That's why we switched seats this episode.
Yeah.
It's Father's Day over there.
Every day Father's Day when you're a good father.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, I want that framed and put up right here. Put that right here and put Tony Rock under it. Every day's a good day, Father's Day when you're a good father.
That's a quotable.
So I'll let you quarterback this whole episode. Like where do you want to go? Where do you want to start with it? I want to do this. I want you to tell the people that are watching just where you at in life. Because like I told you when we hang out in DC, I called Trey and said, yo, man, I'm very, very impressed with your child. Like he has a head on his shoulders, had a good sense of what he wanted to do with his life. He was talking about his self in the forward sense, in the win sense. Like, I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this. And I was very impressed.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm hanging around shitty kids. Maybe I'm hanging around shitty teenagers and shitty 20-year-olds. But I haven't come across a 20-year-old with that much of a grasp on his future in a long time.
Right.
In a long time.
Right.
So tell them, graduated, degree, what you want to do, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I graduated from Salisbury University in 2023. Salisbury University is in Maryland, near Ocean City. I have my degree in information systems and marketing.
Dope.
Then I took a year off, and then now I'm getting my master's degree in information systems, cybersecurity, and AI. My overall goal has nothing to do with what I'm in school for, actually.
Come on, black people. Come on, black people.
Okay.
Come on, black people.
Talk to the people.
Come on, black people. Get a degree and they don't want to work in. That's some black shit if I ever seen it. My degree is in, but I don't want to do what I really want to do. Every person I just went to college, but my degree is in. But I'm going to do this.
You tell to the people, look, I got a job.
Yeah, that's where the money at right now. So I'm trying to stack my money before I start to, do what I really want to do. I want to be a sports agent. My end goal is to be a general manager for a sports team. That's what I really want to do. But for the meantime, I want to be a sports agent, own my own agency. And then, like I said, eventually just run a team.
Do most GMs go from agent to GM?
Some of them. I mean, not everybody.
Okay.
I mean, everybody has different paths. like I said, and that's kind of the funny thing when I was doing research on GMs and agents. A lot of them didn't go in sports management, anything. They just random degrees. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's why I was comfortable in the degree that I chose, because I'm like, I can still follow my passion and still have a backup, not necessarily a backup plan, but you know, I'm educated in something else as well.
Okay.
So yeah, not necessarily, but
when was the pivot? Because every time I spoke to you, it was agent. Now you said cybersecurity and systems. When did that pivot happen?
So essentially, in school, right, I was thinking, doing a lot of thinking.
Right.
Obviously, sports is a very competitive field, right? Hard to get into.
Right.
So I was
on every level.
So I was trying to put myself in a position to where, while I'm still chasing that, I'd still be able to make money, still be able to make a living, a good living. So that's why I'm also in the cybersecurity AI field as well. So, but like I said, that's not my passion, but I can get it done.
Right.
You know,
So who's some of your people that you looked up to as far as like, hey, I want to be a sports agent, but who was that person that said, hey, that's something that I want to do?
So honestly, I mean, I don't really have anybody that first of all, I love Rich Paul. Obviously, I love his story. I love how he came about. But
has no degree in anything.
Has no
degree is I'm LeBron's friend.
Right. Has no degree.
LeBron.
Right.
Has no degree, but has negotiated over half the salary in the NBA. So like that's amazing, and that's kind of where I'm, you know, what I want to be. But I don't have anybody that I'm looking up to other than Rich Paul.
Okay, so that's like the person that exposed you to that world to say, oh, I think that's attainable. That's the direction I go into. Okay.
Exactly. Especially since he didn't have a degree. He didn't have, you know, much of any background. But he was a hustler. So that's how he kind of.
I think that's a testament to. I don't even want to like. I guess it's gonna sound weird because I'm gonna say black people, make it black specific, but I know it's probably not. It's probably not black specific, but from my experience, it's 98% black when I see somebody that doesn't have the formal training in something.
Oh yeah.
And then ends up doing it at a very high level.
Yeah.
So we've seen that so many times, like a guy that'll be, you know, a manager or agent in our forum.
Yeah.
And we're like, how'd you get started? Man, I was working at the comedy club. I was in the kitchen and so-and-so was like negotiating his money. I'm like, oh, you could get more money than that. And next thing you know, he was like, yo, just do it for me. And I just think that, and you know, of course I love us. I think that all black people just have that ability to figure shit out.
Yeah.
Number one, and then sit with something long enough that they learn it and they can do it at the highest level.
Yeah.
So a lot of Fortune 500 black people would tell you like, man, I used to sell cars.
Yeah, right.
It's just they have that you know, that intuition. And then once that intuition meets their passion or some type of, you know, maybe it's financial, like, man, this is really lucrative for me to do.
Yeah.
They really invest themselves in it and do it at the highest level.
I also think that they take advantage of where they're at, and they're like, you know, I don't want to be, you know, philosophical, but it's like you're great where you're at. You figure out what those opportunities are.
Right.
You know, hey, I can't do this yet, but I can do this.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're moving towards that. You know, even like I don't know what kind of job that you're gonna get, but whatever that job is, in your spare time, you try to, you know, move into those spaces, whether it be, hey, I got a season ticket to whoever, and you just put yourself in those situations where you can see who those people are and introduce yourself to, and then you start asking questions, and then people start knowing you in that arena. Oh, this person, he's making a transition.
That's why I always preach networking. That's my number one thing. For me.
Oh yeah.
If anybody know me, you know I'm a networking ass off. I don't want to be in somebody's ear, yo, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? If you got so and so number, oh yeah, I got they. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have their number. I'm gonna have a way to get in touch with them. I'm gonna have a way of trying to have a conversation. So that's what I always try to teach him, and was telling him like, yo, you got to be on top of your networking game. And the hard part about networking is the follow-up. You know what I mean? We all know, we all in the business of, you know, how do I follow up? What what is too much following up?
Mhm.
You know, if you don't get a response, what is
Yeah.
borderline stalking versus
Yeah.
just trying to, you know,
when
properly.
do you start?
When do you start?
Yeah,
When
when
do you
is the
stop?
follow-up? Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Very
All
true,
of
very
that.
true.
And it's just, you know, I just told myself, hey, it's just all about using your personality, using what's pretty much got you where you're at to this day, and not forgetting that. Because I think sometimes, you know, even if, especially if we're dealing with white people, we start to try to switch up your way of normally doing things. And it's like, nah, you don't necessarily got to do that.
Mhm.
If you just be you, and you know what I mean, and I'm not saying you don't need to tweak, you know, a few things. You know,
you gotta communicate.
black people can be aggressive sometimes, so you don't want to scare
Right.
certain things.
You don't want to
aggressive.
scare them.
You don't want to be maybe necessarily be too aggressive, but sometimes we feel like if we network with white people, we might got to be like, "Hey, how are you?" or that. And a lot of times, they more informal than we are at times. So you know, it's just trying to figure that out. You know what I mean, too, with the whole network.
So, you know, like the good thing for me is with speaking of networking is I work for Apple right now.
Oh,
so
you got a discount or anything like that?
Yeah, you know, I got the discount.
Can a brother get a MacBook Air or something?
You know, I get you a little something. But everybody, well,
some earbuds. That's how I can get.
Most people have iPhones, right? Most, not everybody.
This nigga got a Nokia. This nigga got a BlackBerry.
But nah, a lot of people have iPhones. A lot of celebrities, a lot of business owners. Everybody has iPhone. You got to come to the Apple Store if you want help, right?
Right.
So I meet so many people at the location I'm at. I've met actually a couple weeks ago. I saw a guy on his home screen. It looks like it was his son on the Wizards basketball court. Mm-hmm. So in my head, I'm like, he either knows somebody or he worked for the Wizards. Mm-hmm. So I asked him, I said, you work for the Wizards? And come to find out, he's actually best friends with the former GM of the Wizards.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So I got in contact with him, started talking to him. He's now overseas, so he doesn't really have anything going on at the moment, but that's just one connection that I had. But I've met people who work at Microsoft, Google, just everywhere. So I try to network as much as I can because I know it's who you know.
Right.
Which is so baffling. It's just so like make me just feel whatever. Because I was the same way when I was at T-Mobile. Especially when I came here, all the celebrities, a lot of relationships I got early on was just, hey, cell phone. Yeah. Everybody need their cell phone.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. You got to be careful about like you said, calling too much or bothering somebody, like you said. You know what I'm saying? You're always cognizant of that, like asking Guy Tori for a phone number 9 times, and he never got back to you. Like, so you just go after the 9th time, you go, you know what, fuck it. You go fuck it. You know what I'm saying? 8 times, like, oh, sorry, bro, sorry, I'm getting it. He never gave me the phone calls, the phone number.
So in your head, you're like, he don't want me
to talk to the person.
Yeah.
Although the first 3 phone calls was like, nigga, I got you. That's my people. You my people. But I digress. Right. It's the rum punch.
So let's go all the way back. You know what I mean? With you and how we came up.
I was gonna say how y'all met.
How we met.
So where y'all two meet?
You don't remember how we met? Yeah, April 24th, 2000. It was 70 degrees. But coming up, you know, just tell everybody how that was, you know what I mean? And, you know, with how we came up together as far as, you know, father, son, me hustling out here, trying to do the comedy, you know what I mean? And theater and just...
Well, what do you remember of it? You tell him. You was in a different place. Like, what do you remember of it? What's your...
Yeah, so I was just thinking about it. So first of all, my earliest memory of you doing comedy, like actually being at a show, like I very vaguely remember, but if I had to say where it was, probably like a hotel ballroom or like a little, you know, somewhere. It wasn't too many people that I remember. And I recall you doing like a T-Mobile joke, like old ladies walking in T-Mobile or something like that. That was like my very first memory of you actually on stage doing comedy. And I also remember, you know, you would say that you're going away for a couple of weeks whenever you're traveling or whatever. Not a couple of weeks, but like a weekend or whatever the case is when you're traveling. But as far as outside of comedy, as far as like just how we kind of came up, I was in school, karate, and sports. Like that was kind of my schedule. So I would get picked up from karate. Dad would take me to sports, whatever sport I was playing that season. Most of the time it was basketball. If it was football for one season.
God, no, I was so mad.
Football for one season.
Because I coached both of them.
Yeah, he's the coach. He was coach for the team. So I remember all that. Pretty a decent coach, I think. That I remember.
Did he put you in?
Basketball
put me
team.
in.
He put you in.
Yeah, so yeah. I remember had one bedroom, one bedroom apartment.
Yep.
He only cooked about 4 things.
Yeah.
had the 4 things of rotation. It was either spaghetti, tacos, tilapia. He had a big box of frozen tilapia that was in the freezer.
The worst
that he
fish.
just cooked. Yeah.
That's like fake fish, right?
That's what I said,
That's
yeah.
the worst
It's like
fish.
synthetic fish.
And then in the morning, he would wake me up before school, take me to Giant, get a donut from Giant. One of the door didn't work in the car that he was in, so I had to climb up on into the passenger seat to get out to go to school. But
Climb
I mean,
out the back.
yeah, climb out the back, yeah.
Get out like Dukes of Hazzard.
What kind of car was it?
The Buick.
Yeah, Buick.
It was a Buick.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I mean, all in all, I mean, it was cool. I don't have no negative thoughts or anything like that.
Right.
It was just what it is. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like because I know you left when he was how old?
10. Going on 10.
Going on 10, and he
Yeah.
left to go to Atlanta.
No. Cali.
Coming here.
Wait, you left DMV and went to Atlanta. No, you left Atlanta, went to DMV.
I left Atlanta, went to the DMV.
Okay, so
He was born in Atlanta.
in Atlanta, then
Yeah.
you left Atlanta and went to DMV with him.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So when you left DMV to go to Atlanta, he stayed in DMV.
No, when I left DMV to come to LA.
To go to LA. That's what
Yeah.
DMV to go to LA, he stayed in DMV at 10.
in the DMV.
Yeah.
At 10 years old. Do you feel like, or do you think that there was anything that you missed out on after that? Like he said, he took you to sports, took you to get the donut, all that. You remember that vividly. When he left when you was 10, do you feel like your life was impacted? And if so, how so?
To be honest, my life could have been impacted. I'm sure it was, but I don't know.
Okay.
And I'd be kind of interested to find out, like,
Okay.
as time goes on. But I mean, I was prepped for a long time before he left. So of course, the day it comes,
Yeah.
you're still not really prepared.
Right.
But I mean, I was prepped, so I did have an idea. I didn't know why he was moving. I did understand.
Right.
So I was cool with it. But of course, when the day come,
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah.
crying and all this. But like I said, it was cool. But like I said, as far as after that, I'm sure it did have some sort of effect on me.
Right.
But nothing that
Now,
I
you
know of.
You don't know of because you were so busy with your own life at 10? Like,
Probably.
you probably had so much going on. Was that,
Yeah,
you just kind of was like, well, he's not here, but I still got to do this and that.
yeah, probably. I mean, that's kind of how I operate as far as like emotions and
Right.
just how I am. Like I just kind of stay busy, just kind of
Okay.
stay
'Cause
going.
I asked because my son is 4.
Yeah,
And I didn't leave
Yeah.
the state, but now he's in a co-parenting situation. And I fucking hate it. I hate it. And he's 4 and he's very, very smart.
yeah,
So now when we talk, because I talk to him like I'm talking to y'all,
Yeah. That's how you start.
I can sense that he's grasping something's up. Even today, like today, I pick him up from school on Monday. He stays with me Monday night. I drop him off Tuesday before I come here. And he's in the truck like, so what's going on? Like, not what's
Yeah,
going on, but he's like,
yeah.
okay, so when are we going to Nana's? Like, because he doesn't say not mommy, he says Nana.
yeah.
So Monday, I pick him up from school and we hang. Like, as soon as I get him, we like, what you want to do, kid? Like,
Yeah.
it's up when I get him. And he's like, are we going to Nana's? No, we're going to stay at Dada's house tonight. And he's like, we can't go to Nana's? And I don't want to say we can't.
Yeah.
So I say like, hey, Dada really wants to see you. Dada just got back today. Dada really wants to see you. And once I explain that to him, he's like, okay, Dada, so I'm going to stay with you today. And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool. What do you want to eat? Whatever he wants to eat. I got to make it Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, what do you want to eat? What do you want to do? You want to watch something? I don't let him watch TV at all, but I'll let him watch like, my thing is getting him into the Discovery Channel. So he says like, they got a duck at school, or we got hedgehogs. hedgehogs on TV. We watching the whole history, hour-long thing on
okay.
hedgehogs,
Yeah,
hour-long thing on snakes, whatever animal. Dada, I want to now it's a routine
It's
of like Dada.
educational.
I want to see Dada. Can we watch dolphins?
Mhm.
Dolphins. We just sitting there like,
Yeah.
and then like I know he's really retaining this stuff because they'll like David Attenborough will say something. Dolphins migrate once a year to the, and he'll go, Dada, dolphins migrate once a year to. I'm like, good, but I'm keeping him away from cartoons. Number one,
Oh.
and I don't let him sit in front of the damn tablet all day.
Yeah.
That's just me. But I do know that he's grasping that something is changing.
He is.
You know what I'm saying?
Coming from a co-parent situation, he is.
Yeah.
Like he's grasping all of that.
Yeah.
The whole dynamic.
Yeah.
is-
I
is
know he
being
is.
grasped.
Now I don't like. I don't know if it's another nigga up in there when he goes to sleep or whatever, and he hears the pounding out. I don't know. I told y'all I keep really. So
You're
I
not
know.
doing no recon at all.
I'm not asking him nothing. I'm not asking. He's the only one I could ask. I'm not asking.
Right.
I'm not asking him anything. But I'm just saying, like, I want to make sure when he's with me, it's like, yo, it's like you have my undivided attention.
Right.
I'm not putting you in front of the tablet
And
because
let
I'm
you-
busy on my fucking cell phone,
Mhm.
Right.
wasting time when I could be spending time with you. Everything is like about this bond.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I asked the question because, like I said, I didn't leave the state, but there's nights that I go to sleep in the same city and he's not in my house.
And it makes you feel some
That's
kind of
weird.
way.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's like,
That
what is that at? Like,
that- you know, for me, when we first started co-parenting with his mom, because we lived together in Maryland for a long time, and then when it was time for us to start co-parenting, it was just kind of like we only lived about 10 minutes away from each other. But I would still make sure I pick him. If he didn't stay with me, I would make sure I would still pick him up, take him to school and all that. But like when he would come stay with me and spend the night with me, I always was like, you kind of made sure it was like, yo, what we gonna do? You know, what we gonna eat is more relaxed. Like, hey, you know what I mean? His best friend lived across the hall. So, you know what I mean? So I just try to make it just seem like, yo, like, you know, but like I said, he was seeing us every day, me and his mom. He would see us every day. And, you know, and it was kind of like weird at first, even for myself.
right.
You know what I mean? You know, because like you say, you go from everybody being in the same house
Yep.
for all this time.
Yep.
And then it's not his fault we not getting along. He don't even got nothing to
yeah,
do with it. He don't even really
That's
know.
what another thing. I try to make sure Charleston is innocent.
Yeah.
He innocent. He innocent. I got it.
Fox, you don't need no more.
Like that's why I keep that in mind. Like, yo, this ain't got nothing to do with Charleston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's always like, it's that. But like, I thought of that. You said his best friend is across the hall.
Yeah.
Charleston's best friend lives maybe 3 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
But they don't fucking talk to me.
Oh, wow.
They pick sides.
There was never my side. It was never been.
Yeah.
It's never been like.
Yeah.
Yo, Tone was cool. It's
Yeah.
like, I was an asshole because I didn't hang out with them.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Her and her husband, I didn't fraternize.
Yeah.
So I was a
try
piece
to-
of shit.
Yeah.
And then once this happened, it was like, oh, now we sure he a piece of shit.
Right.
But I don't even care. My son is friends with your son.
So
We can
let's-
still get
be
them
that.
together
Yeah.
when it's me,
Right,
but
right.
they don't talk to me.
and that's the thing.
Even if they related through her,
Yeah.
yo, is Tone down the street with the baby because we can go? But I'm a piece of shit, and they have been they've stamped that
shows.
shit.
Yeah.
It shows.
So, yeah.
It shows.
There's no way around that. It's just maturity with that. And luckily I didn't have to deal with that. Like everybody kind of remained cool with everybody. And you know, and then with me being in entertainment, they was always like, oh, he the cool, you know. Oh, he the comedian, he cool. Like, you know, so all the parents always wanted to be cool with me because I was the exciting, you know what I mean, parent out of the situation, man. And but like you said, I just always tried to prep them and and that's what I did, man. And I tell everybody this all the time. Moving here was the hardest thing I ever had to do. Not when I deal with hard shit in the industry, I'm like, it don't have nothing on how I felt when I had to go, when I drove to that airport to come out here and to leave him. That was the toughest thing I ever had to do in my life. So when I think about it, I'd be like, I'm good. If I was able to survive I was like, man, I'm good moving forward.
That's what I look at. I look at it now. I look at it like, yo, I'm getting through this. Like,
yo, you will.
And he's gonna get older, and we're gonna get closer because he's gonna be older. He's gonna be more of a man, and he's gonna understand the man that I am more. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna get better.
So when he started, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so Bryce, so that transition from 10 years old till the next time you were able to consistently see your dad, did you not see him actually doing the thing, that he said he was going to do? Like, I saw him on TV, or I saw this, I saw that. Did you see stages of that and you understood that he's just not gone, he's just doing the thing that he said?
Yeah, like I never thought about it as like he's gone.
Right.
So like I always, whether I saw it or not, I always just believe that he was doing what he came out here to do.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I did see him, on TV every now and then. He'll call me and let me know what he's on. So like I could still see him.
His stepfather hated that.
And they go,
Roger hated that.
But nah, yeah, I definitely like I saw what he was doing. So like I said, I'm not just how I am. Just like it is what it is. Like that's just the type of person I am. Like I said, I understood. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I would, cause see, Trey and I met 2008.
I moved out here in 2009. So
not long after he got here. So he still had the cornrows on. So so I saw, okay, who's this dude from? I know as from Jersey.
Right.
From Jersey. So that's his city. So, okay, this cat from Jersey. But he would always talk about his son in his act. So, and then to see you years later as a grown man, okay, this is the dude that you was talking about. Yeah. Like, because I thought that was cool. We was all in Vegas. That was your graduation, right?
Which
was the first time we was doing it when we were shooting the.
Yeah, the first time when we all hung was graduation.
Well, that was graduation.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was looking for his 21st, but
that was graduation.
Yeah. When we was at the shooting range and had the candy bars out there blasting.
Dre's.
Yeah, we was at Dre's.
That
was at Dre's. Yeah.
Yo, he was lit.
What was cool was like, it's like father and son. It's like, our crew, your crew. You had an entourage, bro. So I was like, this your kid? This your seed right here? What's my man's name? The crazy one was
Chopper.
Chop. You had a whole sitcom walking around.
That's cool to see too. That's cool to see when we hang out, like when y'all hang out with us. Yeah. To see that you got your group of friends.
Yeah, it wasn't just you, like just trying to hang. Yeah,
no, not even like not that it's they not trying to hang, but I'm just to say like every time I see you, you have the same group of friends
for sure.
Yeah.
And you guys have been friends way before I met you guys, so that's cool to see. I think you can tell a lot about a person by, just the group of friends stays the same. Now you might have a person that might come on like years later because of something different you're doing,
mutual friend,
but interest in this or that. But the core is the core. You know what I mean?
That's what I tell people all the time. My core: Kijo, rest in peace; Kenny, Lamont, Jarvis, Breeze, Shimon, Rio. Those were like my core, from like 17. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got people from high school,
right?
But but like my people who we've starved together, we've struggled together. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's them. And then the dope part about how I operated was like when Boogie came along, it was like, all right, Boog became an extended family of them.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't have to be around. And Boogie was like, yo, I'm gonna be in Jersey. What's Kenny number?
Yeah.
And then Boogie would be cool with Kenny. Boogie would stay with Kenny. Like it was just all one extended family. Yep. And that's how I always carried it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why even when he started college his freshman year in North Carolina, he didn't like it. And I was like, yo, well, where your, me, I'm like, yo, where your friends at? Where your crew? Like, nigga, that's why my freshman year in college is where I discovered my crew. Like, nigga, we don't leave the house unless somebody with me. Like, if we fighting, we all fighting. If one of us get arrested, we all getting arrested, minus one, so he can get us out. Like, I was like, yo, where's your crew like that? Cause I was worried for a minute. I was like, man, he don't got no crew.
Where'd you go in North Carolina first?
Shawan University, like a small joint.
What part of North Carolina?
Murfreesboro.
Okay.
Murfreesboro.
Yeah, they still
I
got
had a
slaves.
scholarship, so that's why I went there first. It was a rush decision, so
What didn't you like about it?
It was too small. It was literally like in a like a town, like a legitimate town. So like, it was
so the whole town of Murfreesboro is the college.
That's what it seemed like. And then it's like a few the closest Walmart or like the closest, city. I think it's called a Hosky or something like that. It's like a 30-minute drive.
I ain't never heard Hosky.
It's something like that. And it's like a 30-minute drive. And I didn't have a car back then. So literally, I was just
trapped. I
was stuck on campus, and I would leave every weekend to go to Virginia to stay with my mom's side of the family in Virginia, and also to work as well. So that's kind of how I was doing. My roommate was kind of weird.
It was kind of weird.
So like he was cool, but he just is weird.
So he didn't have a crew, basically.
Your crew can't be your roommate.
Yeah, I didn't have a crew, and like I said, I had my crew at home.
Yeah.
I didn't have a college crew.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I had my college crew when I got to Salisbury.
Yeah.
Because I started working with the basketball team, and it just so happened, every single one of my roommates was on the basketball team as well. Like it just randomly happened that way. Yeah. So we just always was hanging out. So that's why one of my best friends now, Greg, shout out to Greg, man. He's my roommate. That's my guy. Yeah. Talk to him every day. JR, talk to him all the time. So that's my college crew. Then of course I got my at-home crew. That's Jordan and Chop that y'all see. So yeah, man, I got my crews. We good.
Like you said 17. My crew, Keith, Carlos, Trey, 3 years old.
Wow.
Sherrod, 3 years old.
That's Sandbox.
Jerome Brown, my man Boo, may he rest in peace. Yo, we 3 years old.
Yeah.
And then cats, public school, junior high school.
Yeah.
Cats went away to school, but stayed didn't go too far. I had cats that went to Lincoln in Pennsylvania.
Right.
I had cats that went to Morgan in Baltimore. Howard.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, that's not.
They still in that
tri-state that's a trip for me.
Area.
So on the weekend I would get paid on Friday. This was back in check cashing places were popular. I get paid on Friday, get my check, go to the check cashing place, cash my check, jump on a Peter Pan bus. I'm in
$20.
I'm in Baltimore
$10.
in 3 hours. I'm in DC in 4 hours. I'm partying the whole weekend with them, jumping on the bus Sunday night back to New York. So I was like, even though my dudes was in school, we still was family.
Yeah.
And then later on, the other cats came on. When I started doing comedy, that's when I met Jay. Like 2 years before I started doing comedy, I met Jay. We was working together. And then Jay became, like you said, the extended family. Because now Jay could go to Brooklyn. Everybody like, my mom's like, Jason, I saw Jason yesterday. Like, that's my bro. You know
that's how I go, man. And that's how I am with my cousin, like Smack and them from the time I can remember. They still family, cousins, friends, all that. But like, man, and they would be the ones. Smack was with us when we did City Winery in New York. That's my cousin. And, been there from day one too, man. So I always like to keep those, my day ones. Like you'll never really see me have anybody like new like a around, besides our
I never have them oddly new motherfuckers.
Your
whole crew's like, how you know this motherfucker? It don't even fit the brand. Like,
it don't
this
fit.
nigga smoking. Nobody here smoking. Like, cigarettes. Like, this nigga like, nah, yo, who this dude? How you know this cat?
One of these is not like the other. So Skinny Key, that's my day one. Skinny Key,
Key,
those two main ones, because like when I started doing shows, they was always there, believing in me, coming to the shows when they can, Skinny Key. He was like, where y'all gonna be at?
Where y'all gonna be at?
And that's the thing, even like you said that, like Skinny Key's your guy, but then we become friends.
We become friends.
And then Skinny Key become my man. Like,
that's my people.
So Skinny Key like, yo,
Carlos,
what's up?
They hit me all the time. Yo, Trey, you good?
Yeah.
When my sister died, because they was all in my inbox. Yo, Trey, man, like.
So it's all like everybody got their own
That's how
group.
it is.
If we did a family tree, it'd be like, yo, Tone and all these dudes, and then it sends the trainees, and then they connected, and then it goes down and they connected.
That's a beautiful thing about it.
So basically, no niggas should be out here shooting each other and killing each other, because you somebody man's man.
And the dope part about my crew, like from college, they all helped raise him.
Yeah.
Because it was at one point 5 guys and a baby, all in one house, and him
that's a movie
crawling around. You know what I'm saying? And they took a big hand and like, yo, like, because it was a time where his mom moved to Maryland and he stayed with me until she got situated. So I had him for like 3-4 months, like just me, him, and the boys.
You don't remember none of that?
Vaguely. I remember pouring some contacts out every day out the window. Some contacts.
Solution?
Yeah. I used to like pour it out the window.
Used to crawl in the Lamont Bay and steal his cookies all the time.
I remember like bits and pieces.
Yeah. And his crib would be in my room.
Wow.
And, I would have girls, cover the room. And oh, that's your baby. Yeah. I mean, he sleep.
Wow.
And he'll get up and be looking over the crib.
What y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, nigga, that ain't my mama.
But you know, I tell people all the time, you know, when I tell certain stories, I was 21. I was 20, turned 21. And all my roommates was 20 to 21.
Y'all doing 21-year-old shit.
And we was doing 21-year-old shit.
Yeah.
But I always did 21-year-old shit with with knowing I had the responsibility of taking care of him. So it would be like, yo, we could do this, but either Bryce got to come.
Right.
Like when we was rapping, Bryce would be in the studio. I have him in my arm. I be rapping, having him in my arm. Like, yo, we rap, be a rap group. We 80 proof, baby. He be right there. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, we have little parties at the crib. Yo, he right there. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, you know, and then God always put the right people in my life. So I would have neighbors, like, you know, some of our neighbors were grown women with families.
Yeah.
Boy, give me that boy. Y'all go out tonight. I got him. I don't even know what you feeding him. Go ahead. He gonna have a hot meal.
Yeah.
I braid his hair. He good. That was Miss Tony. And then Shaman mom held you down. So I always had people that was just like
It's a good support system.
a good support system, man, to where I was just like, all right, you know, it just worked itself out, man.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking about moving back home, because it's like,
you gotta have,
that's
bro.
why I really give some thought to going back home, just because, like, nobody
But you
here.
gotta utilize it, man, because you don't ever, like, it could be a weekend, I'm at the crib with wifey,
But no, listen, it's not so much other people as much as it's me.
Yeah, okay, I know we talked about
my
that.
Baby, my
Hold
baby
on,
for a weekend.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm doing this like he's still little, but but like even when we was in like Beezy, my man, Beezy's girl was like, if you ever need me to watch him, I'm like, nah.
Yeah. And you know what? And that's because of the age you at now. And probably if I was your
and
age,
it's my firstborn.
Yeah, and if I was your age, I would probably be the same. But at 20. I'm like, all right, I want to go. Like,
even when I take him to Brooklyn to see his grandmother,
no.
like me and Wavy be like, yo, let's meet up, go get something to eat. And I'm like, well, we can't go far.
Right.
But, you know, my mom's will watch Charleston. Yeah. And he loves grandma to death. And they hang out and talk, you know. Right. And I'm like, all right, you got him? And she's like, I got him. Like, what do you... Go. And as soon as I get to where we going, hey, he good?
Yeah.
And my mother's always like, you know, I raised you. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not me. That's not me.
Right.
That's Charleston Rock. That's my child.
Yeah.
And she, every time I say that, she's like, I know.
Yeah.
Because she know, like, yo, I get it. Like, I raised you, but this is your child.
Yeah.
So you feel different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes I think about that. Like, man, if I was home, I could just call Wavy, like, yo, son, come through, watch the baby real quick. Like,
the older he get,
yeah,
and then you start seeing who he comfortable with, and start this, then you'll start, you know, that'll start changing for you, and then you'll be more. But I get it.
Yeah, I wish I could be like, and nigga, that shit was part of the reason why.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was like I wouldn't.
But see, that you have to. That's something you got to work on.
But no, yes, you're right. You're right. I'm gonna agree with you. That's something to work on.
Yeah.
But as the other partner, shouldn't you go?
It's
well, you know what? I understand that that's how you feel about the baby, so I should probably just be more understanding of you feeling that way.
But
as opposed to, damn, nigga, you don't want it.
But here's the thing: when children come along, one person always feels slighted.
Yeah,
based off of.
So that's why I truly believe. Yeah. I truly believe. You guys can disagree, agree with. I truly believe that's why women have postpartum. Part of the reason why women have postpartum is because if they have a girl, send your questions, send your comments to Tony Rock. Don't send your comments to them. All right. When women give birth to a girl, women are so catty, and women are so picking at each other. She has literally given birth to her enemy.
Wow.
Because that's a female that she is in competition with. No different than the girl that worked at the job with her that she don't like, and the girl that fucked the boyfriend that she used to talk to.
And then the father.
She's getting all the attention. This little girl's getting all the attention, and you don't like it. Just like that girl and that girl and that girl. You have given birth to your enemy. That's why it puts them in a weird frame of mind. Like, how can I love this baby and kind of dislike this baby? And the grandparents are like, watch out, bitch, the baby. Yeah. So now you're an afterthought, and they can't wrap their mind around it.
Do you think men have postpartum?
I think men have
not like that.
Not like that. I think men have. I'd say like what I had have. is just ultimate protection.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had to protect anything alive like I feel I need to protect Charleston.
That's
I've
biological.
had pets that was
The instinct.
I'm like,
Yeah.
my dog. My dog, he ain't here?
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
I guess nigga left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I have
biological.
homies that was in the streets.
Yeah.
Yo, so-and-so got clapped. Well, I mean, he was,
Yeah.
you know, your child,
Yeah.
excuse me, that's my child.
Different type of protection. Different type of.
You never have the instinct to even, like I say all the time, I didn't even know I had the capacity to love like this.
Mm.
I didn't even know I had this much love in me.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved chicks that cheated and chicks that lied and chicks that were sneaky.
Yeah.
I've loved family members that stole from me. I've loved family members that lied on me. I've loved people that, you know, this is like the most pure love I've ever had in my life.
I don't know.
I've never felt that. I didn't even know that if you hook me up to a meter, I didn't know my love level went this far.
Yeah.
And my shit was always like about that far. It never went any further.
Bro, like I remember I used to work at UPS, a late night shift. And when I would come home about 2, 3 in the morning, he'd be in the crib sleep and I'd just stare. Like as a little.
Yes.
I'd just be like, oh shoot.
I do that now. Like he'll be like, Dada, I'm gonna go get my fire truck and I'll be watching him like,
yeah.
Yo, it's like a little person.
Yeah.
Mm.
And now he has like kind of starting to form opinions and likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that, Dada. Like today, I said something like, hey, don't do that. And he said, Dada, you scared me. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, kiddo. I'm like, I catch myself. I'm sorry. We was in Detroit this past weekend. And it was, whenever I realized a teaching moment.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm going to ask you that question next.
Okay.
So we was in Detroit. It was after the last show. You know, I'm grabbing all his stuff to make sure I got everything. You know, when you travel with the baby, you got to make sure, I got his water bottle, got his this, got his that. Okay, got all his stuff here. Now, where's all my stuff? And now whatever's coming with us, you know.
Yeah.
We got everything, okay. And he walks out the room because now it's friends, everybody hanging out in the green room. Quan's family came. They all, oh, Charleston, oh my God. So he's walking to the door and walks out the green room. Now, I know it's 20 people out there that know exactly who he is. But I didn't like just that. I turned for a second and looked back and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, get in here.
Yeah.
And he came back in the green room and he stopped and said, like, see the water in his eyes. Dada, you scared me. And I realized it was a teaching moment.
Right.
I put everything down. I said, come here. Like, let him stand right between my legs.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I didn't mean to scare you. Dada's sorry. I apologize. Right. You know what apologize means? It means when you say you're sorry. All right, I apologize that I yelled at you. But you scared me.
Right.
When you walked out the room, Dada couldn't see you.
Right.
So you scared me when you walked away. And he's like, he looks back at the door like, and he this motherfucker is brilliant, bro.
Yeah, processing.
Because you couldn't see me outside. You see, once you walk through the door, I can't see you. So I was what? You were scared.
Yeah.
Like, so I didn't mean to scare you.
Yeah.
But you didn't mean to scare me either, right? No, give me a hug. Give me a hug. Who's the best dada? You. Who's the funniest dada? You. Are you ready to roll? Let's roll. And we go. And I'm like, just those moments.
Yeah, you gotta have.
I want them to know, like, yo, I'm not yelling at you just because I'm a wild motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anything I ever like chastise and check you on it, it's because of it's gonna be a reason.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be you not eating your food. Like, I get it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the pickiest eater in the world. You're not going to bed immediately. I get it.
Yeah.
You slow to get in the bed. I'm never gonna do that.
Right.
But those moments to teach you something, I'm always gonna be cognizant of those. Down to you, were you aware of the teaching moments with Bryce? Were you aware, like, this is not where I should be angry, this is where I should be instilling and teaching a lesson?
Right. We definitely had those moments, even like to this day.
Right,
like,
right. I'm imagining it never stops.
They never stop. But I remember
you know, because he's always gonna be, he will for your entire life, you will be at age that he was already at.
Yeah.
So you'll never be at an age that he wasn't at. You know what I'm saying?
I remember he kind of taught me something one time. Something happened. I can't remember exactly what it was. I don't know if it was something with karate, something with football.
You taught your daddy how to fight? Oh, okay. That's pretty dope.
And he was in the back seat and I'm driving to the crib and I was like, yo, like, you got to do better. I said, I was mad at him because he didn't do something the way that I wanted him to do it. And I was just getting on him. And I'm just getting on him, talking, doing my little, not yelling, but stern, like, you gotta, I told you gotta do it. And he said so calmly, Dad, I tried my best. And I was like, oh shit. I said, you sure? He said, yeah. I said, okay.
Yeah.
It just made me be like, damn, yo, how can I? I said, yo, that's all I ever want you to do, yo. Just try your best. If you try your best and fail, I'm still okay because you tried your best.
Yeah.
And that just kind of, I didn't even know. I was doing some like getting, he told me that. I was like, oh, shoot, okay. Yeah. And then, so from that point, whenever something would come, we would have that talk. Yo, did you try your best? He's like, yeah. You sure? You just saying that?
Yeah.
And so that was one of my teacher moments that he kind of taught me at the same time. And there was one other one that, and damn it, because as you was talking, I was just like, I remember this particular story. But we always, man, just try to have, those moments where, hey, you can come to me for advice. Yeah. Because one of my main things with him was he grew up with, eventually he ended up having a stepfather. I went through, having a stepfather. So I knew how that was. I knew how that felt. And I always wanted him to just be more open with me to, so I could help him and guide him through that during, I felt like it was one of his most crucial years, his teenage years, 13 through 16, 17. But I could never get that out of him. Like that was a period where he like really kind of just shut down from like really communicating. Like he had a real quiet part of his life where he was just he'll call, what's up? He would call me, hey, Dad. I'd be like, what's up? And I purposely wouldn't say nothing. And then it would be quiet for like 30 seconds. And I'd be like, yo, you going to say something? 30 seconds. Why you not talking?
Nah, you seem like a quiet cat.
Let me just, in that particular time period, from about 11 to, it kind of carried over to now, but starting at around 11, I kind of went through yes, I did have a stepfather introduced to my life, so of course that had an effect. But I also had something else going on. I had like a situation with my leg, to where sports was my passion, right? I played sports pretty much every season, and I had goals of playing college ball, and of course being young, I wanted to be an NBA professional one day. When I was like 11, randomly one day I couldn't walk anymore. Like it just was the most painful thing that I ever experienced. Like I could not move, couldn't walk, couldn't do anything.
Due to an injury?
No, it was literally I woke up one day and just could not move. So I'm in pain. So that period, I couldn't do sports anymore.
Right.
Even at school, gym class, we play basketball. Can't play with my friends anymore. Karate, done. Can't do karate. I'm literally sitting here. Like these are my crucial years at this point, right? I'm seeing all my friends play sports and do all these things, and that's all I really cared about was sports. And overnight, couldn't play anymore. It took 3 years for a doctor to finally diagnose my condition, and at that point, I was kind of already behind everybody else because I couldn't do anything. Right. So I kind of went through, I don't want to call it depressed phase, but I was also just like, I didn't have anything else to do. Like I literally would go home, like go to school. Now I would still go to karate just because that was like an after school program, right? But I couldn't like do anything. And then I would get picked up, go home, just do that every day.
What was the condition?
It's called sacroiliitis and axial spondyloarthritis. In my leg, in both my legs. And that's also why I want to become a sports agent or a general manager, because that's still my way of being a part of the sport without actually being in play. So that's kind of how that happened. But during that period of time, I kind of just went through a phase where I just was like, and then again, with my stepfather, I kind of just stopped
some
caring.
Weird dude in the house. This condition happens.
Yeah. So it's just a whole bunch of stuff mixed together to where
Charleston ain't, let me just let y'all know right now, the whole fucking world, Charleston ain't gonna have no stepfather. I don't give a fuck what happened. It'll be that's my mother's husband or that's my mother's boyfriend. Right. But ain't no father gonna be in the sentence. Right. That's my mother's husband. That's my mother's boyfriend. That's my father, and that's my only father.
He gonna
You know what I'm
see
saying?
it just like that.
And even if I have a chick, it'll be, yo, this is your dad's girlfriend.
Right.
This ain't got nothing to do with you, kid.
Yeah.
Like, not even on some disrespectful shit. Like, your mother is your mother.
Yeah.
Ain't no stepmother. That's your mother, your one and only mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree.
And I remember the other one too was football. We was playing football. And look, when I was coaching football, I was more hyped than he was.
Yeah.
Like Saturday morning game day, I'm up 5 a.m. Let's go, game day, baby. I got my jersey on.
Yeah.
I'm waking everybody up.
Yeah, you one of them
Like,
kind of coaches.
yes.
Dad coach.
I'm feeling good. You know, every Saturday I'm feeling good. I'm like, yeah, I'm calling everybody, yo, y'all gonna be at the game, right?
Tailgate party in the
So one time, practice. Practice.
Yeah.
He was sick. Yeah, I knew he was clearly sick.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like cold sick or
I
like,
didn't go to school this day.
He didn't go to school.
I was like cold.
Cold, you know, stuffy, you know, feeling good, achy. I'm like, yo, gotta go to practice. He like,
huh?
No, what? I'm like, we gotta go to practice. He's like, yo, Dad, I'm sick. I'm like, so? Let's go, man. Get up. Let's go to practice. Let's go to practice. I'm sick. His mind, hey, why that boy gotta go to practice? Yo, get up, put your pads on, and let's go to practice. I said, you sick, right? I said, you need to run it. You need to run and sweat it out.
Sweat it out. Okay.
I said, if you could practice sick, you'll be able to do anything. I said, you go, get up, put these pads on, and we go into practice, sick or not sick. And boy, he hated me that whole ride, boy. But he went practice and
everybody became you.
And I used to just be like, hey, he one of the smallest ones, but yet the last one in the drill running. I'm like, hey man, you got Fat Timmy over here beating you.
Fat Timmy.
But I, you know what I mean? I just always try to instill like, yo, like, ain't no matter what these circumstances and situations are, you gotta go after it. And I was telling him that because I was still telling myself that. You know what I mean? So it was helping me too. Like, yo, like, I don't want to get up 5 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, but I'm gonna get up. I'm excited.
Right.
I want you to be excited. I remember, man, one time he was playing football. And he had basketball, he had karate, grades was good. Yo, he was just doing good. And he came, and I remember I had went to Best Buy because the mall I was working in, there was a Best Buy. So I just walked into Best Buy and my man worked there. I was like, yo, y'all got any Nintendo Wii's? Because they was all selling out. He was like, you know what? We just got some on the bus. I was like, oh, yeah, I did. I said, shit. I said, all right. I said, what they going for? He told me, man, he done sold me all type of shit. And I came, put all that stuff in the living room. And when he came home, all of it was there. He was like, oh, God, I was like, yo, I got this for you because, you know, it's a random Wednesday. Right. You know, niggas don't buy your bag. It had to be Christmas, birthday, some random Tuesday. Yeah. I was like, yo, I did this because you worked hard. And you worked hard and been doing good in everything you've been doing. And hard work, you get rewarded. Right. So this is why, I did that for you. And so I always try to just, you know what I mean, just make sure I just give him those little lessons and let him know, yo, hard work pays off, you know what I mean, do good. And now as a 24-year-old and with me almost 44, I can see that how it has affected him and how he is now. I like to take credit for some of that, you know what I mean? But it started from there, man. And his mom, she was dope. She was dope. Is dope. You know what I mean? You know, because she held it down for a long time, man. And she's an educator. Okay. Master's degree. She's a teacher. Okay. She's not an educator, but she like school and getting master's degrees and bachelors. Like she's educated. She's educated. Oh, okay. Yeah. Like her education for her is like, yo, I got to get it. And she got it even when she was pregnant. She didn't miss a beat. You know what I mean? When she was pregnant with him, she didn't miss a beat in school. She took a semester off and still graduated on time. Oh, so dope. She's always been. What's her name? Bridget.
Shout out to Bridget, yo. Shout out to Bridget.
So you got like a hustle spirit from both your mom and dad from that perspective.
That's what they. Anybody anytime somebody asks me where I get that from, it's from them. Because it's been times where I've held down multiple jobs overnight, from
Nigga
overnight.
worked at every
somewhere
job
else.
in the mall.
I listen, I've had so many jobs, it's ridiculous. But I've literally, like I said, overnight, after overnight, go to a different job. And I did all that period of my life. I was trying to pay to get back into school.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing all that, paid for school, got my car that same year. So I got that in me.
I like that, bro. I like that because we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I got a bunch of siblings. There's so many of us. Everybody was raised a little bit different than the other because my parents were a little bit older with every kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And early on, it was like the first 3-4 of us was, yo, you started, you can't quit it. You have to see it through. We was raised with that mantra, like you got to see it through. Ain't no, I don't like it no more. I don't want to. Nah, you started it. You're gonna give me the season.
Yeah.
You're gonna give me the season, or you're gonna play the instrument until it's not that time of year, whatever. But you're not quitting.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of got a little more lax with the next group.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother Kenny, who I love dearly, I love this motherfucker like you guys know. But my parents allowed him to quit. I don't like it. Okay, you don't got to do it no more. I don't want to do it. Okay, you don't have to do it no more.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. All right, don't worry about it. And that shit has permeated his soul that he will just,
Yeah.
I look at his life,
Yeah.
And he's getting older and doesn't even realize he's getting older. So when I try to talk to him, like, yo, you know you're not 22 no more, bro. Like, what do you want to do? So trying to figure it out. You know, no, yo, bro, you almost 40 years old. You ain't no figuring it out. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, the good thing is he looks just like you.
Shit. But look, he just has that.
Yeah.
Because they let him. So the fact that they stayed on you and was about, you know, you got to get up and practice. As an example, you got to get up and practice even when you're sick. Yeah. That was like, just that story right there alone is like, yo, you got to see things through. I tell Charleston that to this day. Charleston, 4 years old. We'll be doing the writing assignments and he'll stop like, Dad, I want to go. And I go, what's the rule? He go, finish your work. Finish your work. You started it, finish your work. You can go do whatever you want to do once you finish this. Yeah. But you can't just stop in the middle. Finish your work.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I love seeing it. And as I said that, my child is calling me.
So you said you had a lot of jobs. How many jobs did you hold down at one time?
What is it doing?
All right. Like how many jobs?
At the most, at one time, 3.
3? Okay.
Yes.
3. 3 to 4 at one time.
Okay. 3 to 4.
3 to 4. I had a side job as well
at the podcast,
at one point.
look.
So yeah, I was,
okay. Now that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. The most I ever held down.
Look who's got us on TV with. Who's that?
Hey, what's up, Charles?
Who's
what's
that?
going on, brother?
That's Joe Fox. Look, it's Joe Fox.
What's up, man? With your striped shirt? Your striped shirt.
Say what's up, Fox. He said, look at this book.
My first 1,000 words. Oh man, you already got 3,000 words.
Look, Trey is here.
Charleston, what up?
Look who that is, kiddo. That's Trey's son. That's Trey's baby.
What's up, man?
What up? What up?
Look at that's Pete the cat. That's Pete the cat. Which one are you reading?
It's
those
Father's
two?
Day every day here on Live from
Before you go to bed, you gonna read those two? Okay.
He got his PJs on.
All right, Dada's gonna finish taping his TV show, okay? Give me one. Peace. I love you. I love you to all the planets. You know that, right? All right, peace.
So you said you had 4 jobs.
Three to 4 at one time. Like I said, at this particular point, I was just trying to get back into school. So I was.
I want to know what they were.
I worked overnight at Denny's.
Ooh,
okay. Oh, that's the worst. Overnight at Denny's, we call that the devil shift.
Yeah, what?
A bunch of drunk people coming in here. I said cheese on my grits.
Crazy. Work overnight at Denny's. Then after Denny's, I would go to one of my cousins had his father owned like a cleaning company. Okay. So every couple of days out the week, I would just go help him do that. They pay me under the table.
They paid you like an undocumented worker.
Gave me a couple $100. And then I also worked at you know Boar's Head, the meat.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I was the one packaging the meat at the meat packaging department.
Right.
Working in the refrigerator, cold refrigerator for 8-9 hours. And that one I actually had to leave because of my condition. The cold was messing with my. I just had to leave that one. But yeah, I was just.
So a bunch of part-time jobs, like
anything anything I could do to make some money. Because like I said, what happened was I had a balance on my account from Shawan in North Carolina that obviously they wouldn't give my transcripts to transfer somewhere else.
Paid up,
So I had to.
So they hold your shit hostage.
Yeah, bro. And then so like I didn't just no one just gave me $5,000 just to pay. So I was like, all right. I gotta get into school. You know what I mean? And I remember specifically, I worked at a seafood market as well. I remember specifically, it was just one old dude that worked there named Mr. Brian. He's about 70 years old. And he told me, he's like, you do not want to end up how I am. Like, you don't want to end up like me, just working here at 70 years old. You don't want to do that. And then I had another older lady. She was like, she asked me if I was in school, and I was like, no, I'm taking a year off. I'm trying to get back in school. She was like, don't try it, do it. She was like, because I know a lot of people, including myself, who said they were gonna get back in school and never did. I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I stayed on top of everything. Like I'm walking to work. I'm eating at work, so I don't have to pay for food. Right. Like I'm saving every dollar, every dime. And come to find out, and I love this story just because. Rest in peace to my grandmother. But I had that balance in my account, and she actually, without me knowing, was paying some of it without me knowing.
Right.
And I'm looking at my account, I'm checking the account, just to see where I'm at, and it's going down. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm calling her, my mom, like, oh, the balance keep going down. I'm not paying it, and they acting surprised. They're like, oh, I don't know, maybe they just whatever.
Yeah.
So. But I love her forever for that. But yeah, I ended up paying all that off. Got my transcripts, got back into school within the year. So yeah, I was cool, man. I was grinding.
Now you know, every time we do a show and there's a young man or young woman in the audience that's like, 19, 20, whatever. Yeah. And I notice them, hey, it's a young kid in the show. Well, how old are you, man? And I always say, like, I literally bring the show to a halt. And I say, listen, man, because I'm older, I have to use this platform as more than just a joke-telling platform. Yeah. I have to give you some wisdom. And I always say, get the work done first. Get the work done first. I said, a lot of times as 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds, you guys all focus on the clubs and the cars and the girls and the parties, and don't get the work done first. Right. And don't not the work. But if you get the work done first, when it's time to do the clubs and the cars and the girls and the party, the clubs are nicer, the girls are finer, the clothes are better, and the cars are nicer. And if you don't get the work done first, you end up working for someone years later who got the work done first. Right. So now you regret your own life because you're looking at a motherfucker that is literally you, what you could have been. Now I say that to say, bring it full circle, that 70-year-old man was telling you, I didn't get the work done first. Right. I bullshitted around. I fucked off money and chased chicks and parties, whatever. I might have been on some shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. And now I'm in here at 70 years old, punching a fucking work ticket. What do they call it? The fucking I don't even know what you call it. I have a job so long. Punching the clock. You know what I'm saying? To work 8 hours for a 30-year-old dude who owns the company. I know. You know what I'm saying? How that dude must resent his choices in life. Yeah. And to see you there working side by side with him is like, yo, bruh, don't be me. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that dude and shout out to the lady that said go back. Yeah, facts. Sure. I had an aunt that I told I was going to take a year off. When I graduated high school, of course, my father passed as well, but I graduated high school. I was like, I'm going to take a year, stack some money up. Yeah. And my aunt literally was like, you ain't going to school. If you take a year, you ain't going to school. Yeah. Now, of course, my father passed right after that. But that was the way she looked at it. Like, when you do that break shit, you don't know. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So who knows? I could have been somewhere else. Yeah. But I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Your father passed. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Whatever the fuck happened, I still made it work and ended up exactly where I'm supposed to be. Facts. You know what I'm saying? That's
the saddest thing in the world when you move on thinking everybody's going to move on with you and you go back. Like, I used to work at Chuck E. Cheese Pizza. They used to be the old Showbiz Pizza. Yeah, I remember saying. So
I remember Showbiz.
Yeah. So it was like, graduated high school, graduated college, and then I just happened to, I wonder if they still got the same, games, I just stopped by. Hey, I used to work here, having a nostalgic moment. And there was like 3 or 4 people still there. They're still there.
I know that shit felt like a fucking knife to their chest.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it wasn't even, it was just after college. So what? 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah, that's long 7 years, 8 years, a long time, bro.
But that's long enough. Not like it was 20 years and they still.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe they retired from there. Maybe if you can retire from Chuck E. Cheese.
You can't retire from Chuck E. Cheese. You work at Chuck E. Cheese till you die. They grate your ass up and put you in the pizza.
401k. You gotta be Chuck E.
They grate you and put you in the pizza.
Okay, now that's an interesting question.
Meatballs.
So when you started working, whatever age that was what state was that?
That was Virginia.
Yeah, in Virginia. So what was the minimum wage back then when you first started working?
That wasn't my first, like, you talking about when I very, very first started working, or just in that time period?
In that time period, I don't know if I'm not saying
first time,
my very first time working with my first job was Chick-fil-A.
Okay, Chick-fil-A.
That was $7 an hour.
Oh shit!
$7 an hour, but that wasn't minimum wage that you know of?
I believe that was minimum wage.
Okay,
I think minimum wage was like $4.50 when I was a kid.
Right.
And that's
like
New York?
$4.25, something like that. $4.25. What was minimum wage when we was kids?
Okay, it
$2
was different for two states.
It was like $3.25, something like that, right?
Yeah, state is different for state. New York should have had
$4.
one of the highest ones.
I was in Oklahoma City, $3.65.
Dang.
Now that shit's $20. Like minimum wage $20 now, right?
No.
It better be.
In California.
Yeah.
It better be.
Yo, hold on, I want to go back. You said your first job. It wasn't my first job.
$7.75 in 2003. $7.70.
Check New York City in like 99, 2000. One of my first jobs was a hookup. Right? I had an aunt. It was a hookup. Like I had a family member that worked for the New York City NYCD HUD 515. Okay,
Yeah.
Housing. It was HUD NYC HUD New York City Housing and Urban Development. We used to paint the projects. Go in a project building. You know projects in New York, 30 stories, 10 buildings.
Yeah.
We had to paint the hallway from 30th floor all the way down. Next building, 30th floor, all the way down. Next building. Yo, we in a building one day on Gates Avenue. If you know Brooklyn, you know how wild Gates Avenue is. We in the building, got to start on like the 10th floor. We painting the hallway. It was amazing to us how many women didn't work.
Wow.
So we in there just painting it. Every door was like a girl just like rollers in her hair, maybe. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. Painting shit. All right. Next building. Like, none of these shits work. Like, young shit, like our age, like just out there.
Getting a check.
So one day we in a building and we start on this top floor. It's like, let's say we're on the 10th floor. And we get down to the 9th floor and we see mad activity on the 8th floor. Like people just coming up to the 8th floor, running back down, coming up to the 8th floor, running back down. We just painting like, what's going on? Like mad niggas in the hallway arguing, nigga, I told you, motherfucker. Like something going on. We finished the 9th floor, we go down to the 8th floor. Painting the 8th floor. Nigga, we look down and see the motherfucking cops coming up with the gear on.
Oh, they about to do a raid.
And the wops, the ooh-wops, up the stairs. And then they coming from the tent. They came through the roof. Yo, they got us at gunpoint because we in the hallway.
Yeah.
On the ground. We all like, oh shit. Boom, they bust the door open.
Yeah.
Crack house.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The Carter there.
They bringing motherfuckers out like, we didn't even know it was that many people in that apartment.
Wow.
Bringing them all out in handcuffs, right?
Wow.
We on the ground like, yo, we work for HUD. We just painting the building. They got to check our ID. They got to call it in. Anthony Rock, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. They all good. They good. All right, guys. They take everybody out. They padlock the door. They sticker it.
Yeah.
It's done. So we like, all right, we good, right? No big deal. The next day, we still painting that same floor because we was like, let's get the fuck out of here. We took the day off. We painting the floor. Old man, like 85 years old, comes walking up the stairs and we like, yo, who is this? Like, I know he not going to the crack house. And he's like at the door and he just puts his hand on the door, starts crying. And we're like, sir, can we help you? This is my apartment. This is my apartment. They kicked me out of my apartment. And we come to find out the drug dealers came in. Old man, get the fuck out of here. Took over his spot. They made it to Carter.
Yeah. Wow.
And he was like, I can't get my stuff. All my stuff is in there. That's my apartment. I don't know where to go. And then they came like the next day or 2 days later, let me down like 5th floor, 6th floor. They came and opened it, let him get some stuff out. He's walking out the building with like a
Wow.
bunch of clothes.
Damn.
And we're like, yo, they just, and we looking back on it, we're like, yo, you know, that was probably one of his family members that took over the
Yeah,
apartment because it was
probably.
like, yo, I kicked my grandfather out. We just,
Yeah.
so I'm like, they
That's
did that to their
foul.
family.
That's how it was,
Yeah,
man. In the
that's how
projects
wild it
like
was.
that.
And that was one of my first jobs, yo. That was one of my first jobs. Like niggas, was like they had the joints on us, on the floor, heavily armed. Let's go.
Making $5.15 an hour.
Making $5.25 or $5.60.
I got my first job looking in the yellow pages, calling companies. Hey, y'all hiring? Hey, y'all hiring? Hey,
My-
y'all
that was the
hiring?
job.
My pops used to do that, and I
It was
used to hate
telemarketing.
that.
Yeah.
My father would take us to the mall, store to store. Hey, buddy. Hey, chief. Hey, my man. Hey, bro. Hey, my son. You guys got anything?
Yeah.
That was the
Girls,
application.
girls,
That's
girls.
the application right there.
I need him to work for the summer. You got anything?
Yeah.
Hey, chief. Hey, bro. Hey.
You trying to get you employed.
Like, damn, yo.
Yeah, I want to do a little shifting real quick because, you know, with me moving out here to Cali, I started having different friends and different kind of, you know, people of different levels and entertainers
Yeah.
that he would grow up seeing and watching and stuff like that. So I want to know from his POV, the Hollywood Trey, yeah, the Hollywood version. How was that? You know, especially from high school until now, but it started probably like around high school when you were, because you was coming out here in middle school, like 13. I think was your first time you and Donovan came out here. Him and his my nephew Kim's son. But how was that? Coming here and to see this LA life and to see all of that. And then when you started seeing people and you was going to school and getting a certain kind of attention and all that kind of stuff. How was that?
No, it was cool. I know you turned Hollywood because you started eating avocados. I ain't
Was that thing you make now? Was the thing the avocado what?
Yeah, they did
That's it.
avocado
Nah.
robata.
The avocado
chicken, the buffalo chicken avocado.
the first time,
But
man.
in his defense, I think they only have avocados in California.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen an avocado stock at the California. In his
First time.
defense,
First time me and Donovan came out here, it was so many avocados. He's eating every day, and I'm like, I ain't never seen you eat avocados before. But nah, it was. I mean, it's. I have seen the transition. It is cool. You know, you're starting to change your look, starting to do different Hollywood stuff. As far as like high school and stuff, I mean, yeah. Whenever I come out here and I'm with you, and you got all these, friends, and I'm at all these different events, I get back to school and it's crazy. It's madness. They like, yo, how you do that? How you do this? How you do that? And I'm like, look, listen,
Listen.
It's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it's definitely cool. Like I enjoy it. I like it. So
How was the girls? What was the girls like? Because people have a different perception, which I would say on stage a lot. I'm like an F-lister.
F-lister.
But like, or with my son being in Maryland, my status looks
A-lister in Maryland
better.
because don't nobody in my school. No one at my school is doing this type of stuff, or seeing these type of things. But nah, they definitely had a reaction for sure. As soon as I got back, this is back when I don't have Instagram anymore, but this when I had Instagram, I was posting everything. I was getting DMs from people I ain't talked to since elementary school.
right.
Like, yo, what you got going? Where you at? What's this and the third? And I'm like, listen, even my current girlfriend my girlfriend.
Yeah.
She when I first started talking to her, she was like, I thought you lived in LA. I'm like, nah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, nah. So yeah, I was just, it's just what it is.
Now that's interesting because yesterday we was gonna make a flyer about this episode, and Fox, we on the group chat.
Oh, that was
and
today.
Fox, today.
Yeah, that
and
was
Fox
today.
said, yo, what's Bryce's IG to post it? And Trey said, yo, he don't have one. What's the reason behind that? Was there a conscious decision to not have social media or?
So my IG got hacked.
Okay.
I just didn't feel like making a new one.
That's all.
Okay.
Now I'm going to eventually just because I mean, if I want to get into sports agent, I need to start. You know what I mean?
Social
So
media.
I am going to make another one. Just at the time, I just really didn't feel like.
Okay, yeah,
Going through it.
I was like,
Plus-
damn, that's really impressive,
Yeah,
man.
nah,
I said, I gotta ask him about that because if he's like I was thinking, I'm thinking like the bigger picture. I'm like, maybe he's like,
yeah.
yo, I'm just so focused on it, on my life. I don't want to be caught up with social media right now. I was like, that's gonna be impressive if he says that. But now you're just like, oh, my shit got hacked.
I mean, that's really, I mean, that's why I didn't make a new one, just because I am busy.
Right.
So I wouldn't, I mean, I'm not trying to, be surfing
right.
all day. But I mean, yeah, the main reason is I just didn't feel like having to make a new one.
Another reason why I was asking, or that sparked a question. I was like, you know what? You grew up in a generation, came of age in social media.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, and you talk about your current girlfriend. Or your girlfriend. Why is current a bad word? Like currently, she's my girlfriend.
Like there was another one last week, and there's another one next week.
Right. I got you. So our experience as men, at least mine is, it's like, okay, here's this new thing, social media. And I'm saying within the last, 10 years, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I think the first thing I ever was on, like maybe Black Planet or something like that.
I remember Black Planet.
So
Dark Entity, that was my Black Planet name.
Yeah, so like that evolution up until now, like you grew up in it, so you probably had that level of influence as well as the women. So in my view, I think women are easy. Take it easy. Take it easy.
The views of Joe Fox are not those. We ain't
heard that in weeks.
No, what are you getting at, Fox?
What I'm getting at is, do you feel the pressures of social media influencing your dating life with your relationship at this age? Or how do you experience that?
So yes, no, mainly no.
Okay.
Because obviously I don't have social media,
right now,
so like I don't. Yeah. So mainly no. However, my girlfriend still has social media.
She all up on the social
media.
Okay.
She'll show me posts and she'll show me things, and it'll be all relationship based posts and things like that.
Goals,
yes, all that type of stuff. So I mean, I get it from her.
Right.
Now me, I never really felt any pressures or anything from social media. And to be honest, I was kind of a late bloomer coming into social media myself. Like I was never the type to just kind of jump in when everybody else was doing it. You know what I mean? It got to the point where people were like, this is in middle school. People were begging me like, yo, where your IG at? You don't got no Instagram? You got no Instagram?
Right. Communicating.
And I'm like, yo, all right. So at first it was Facebook. Then all the old folk took over Facebook. so
niggas started looking at their high school.
So then
like Dolores look good still.
Then went from Facebook to IG. And then the other thing is my mom also didn't really want me to be on social media at a point. So it got one day I remember I asked her, I was like, yo, can I just, everybody keep asking me at school, can I just,
peer pressure.
I'm like, can I just get the IG? So she let me get the IG. But yeah, I never really felt any pressures or anything like that. I said.
So when you see these posts about 50-50 and men should pay and that, because
I can't stand it.
That what? Say that again.
I
what was that?
I can't stand it.
Oh, you can't stand it. I thought you said, that's standard.
But I can't stand it, man.
You can't stand the concept. You can't stand the constant.
No, just the just in general, like there's a lot of opinions on dating and how men should act versus how women should act and this and the third, and a lot of women will just take what they say and just run with it.
Okay, so
and some of it is just so one-sided towards women, and it just annoys me sometimes.
It is annoying. You know why?
Annoying.
This is why it's annoying. Because if you're in a relationship, if you and your girl cool with it, what the fuck you care what anybody else think about it?
Right.
If you and your girl had the conversation and y'all came to this understanding like, yo, 50-50 is what we trying to do because of this, and this. Because of X, Y, and Z. If she don't have a problem with it and you don't have a problem with it, what the fuck you care what people on social media think?
Right.
Or if y'all come to the understanding like, yo, the man takes care of everything. If you good with it and she good with it, what you care what some random nobody that's commenting on your pictures got to say about anything?
But that's the thing that happens is that you'll have the conversation, and then once you have the conversation, you both have understanding, and then one of you, I'm not just putting on the woman, but one of you will see it see something happen on social media that kind of goes against what you guys already agreed
Right.
on, and you're like, well, actually,
Maybe
that
I
does
am.
make sense.
Or they'll have the conversation and then one of them will articulate the conversation to social media.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, that's our business.
Right.
Everything ain't for everybody. Everything ain't for strangers. Most shit ain't for strangers.
Not when it comes
But
to
we live in this
relationship.
era
Yeah.
where it's like everybody want to post where they at on vacation. Everybody want to post what they eating on a dinner date. Everybody want to post what they do on date night. And then people be like, goals. Perfect example. There was a picture of Puff Daddy and Cassie. She was sleeping and he was laying on top of her. She was knocked out. He was knocked out. Picture. Somebody took the picture, so it ain't like they wasn't sleeping. They was awake. It was a picture. Somebody took it, and he's laying on top of her, like holding her, and it looks very sweet and innocent and tender. And mad people like goals. And then this shit comes out, and it's like, oh, y'all thought it was all goals. That's goals is I want my relationship to be like that. That's what you're basically saying. That's my goal to look like that. Now you know the backstory, bitch. You still want that, bitch? You still want that?
Hey, I mean, not to bring his name up, but the biggest couple goal for a long time was Will and Jada.
Bitch ass Will and Jada. Bitch ass Will and Jada. She was fucking a teenager. Jada Epstein was fucking a teenager. Fuck Epstein's list. Show us Jada's list. Show us Jada's list. Fucking them little boys.
Yeah.
He said, "Bud."
Fucking them little boys. Little R&B singers. They was doing fucking songs with your son and you was fucking them when they was on lunch. They would take a break from recording and you was fucking nigga.
Why you look at me?
You was over there too, nigga. You was over there too. Joe Box made the graphics.
But yeah, you can't be influenced by it, man. You just gotta be in your shit. That's what I tell you. Be in your stuff. Be in your shit. Don't let nobody.
When you in your own
sway you.
lane, cliche, but it's perfect. When you in your own lane, there's no traffic.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wait, you got something else?
I was just gonna say, just to put a button on that. You always see, talking about the 50-50 thing and how you experience it. You always see, first you see the older women, you know, grown folk talking about that, and then you see the younger generation saying the same thing. So I'm like, are they getting it from the older generation? And then now they're trying to experience that, because in your 20s, is that even a reality?
Hell no.
No,
Hell no.
Yeah,
They're just talking.
You're right.
Yeah, they're
That's
just
the
talking.
problem.
That's like
They're just talking. That's
You
the problem.
can say whatever you want to say. You better put in half on this movie, girl.
Well, we glossed over it. I want to make sure we address this. So the condition with your legs, was it treatable? Is it curable? Is it a lifelong thing?
It's lifelong. It'll flare up whenever.
Okay, what's the flare up? Like it just hurts or?
Yeah, now thank God it's never been as worse as it was when it first started.
Okay.
And it did it first was in my right leg.
Mm-hmm.
It did spread to the left one, but it's never
Just your legs.
Yeah, it's like my hips, and then it'll go down like my thighs, my leg. It'll kind of stops at the knee.
Okay, is it something that they said potentially could spread to your whole body?
Not that I heard. No,
Okay.
I don't believe so. It just, like I said, it just kind of spreads. Like I said, it doesn't flare up. I'm sorry, it does flare up every now and then, to the point where I can still walk, I can still function. It just hurts.
Okay.
It hurts
You
bad.
still
And
exercise and
cold
work out?
weather affects it more.
Cold weather will affect it, because I mean,
Is it circulation? Is it a circulation thing?
it's arthritis.
Okay.
It's a form of arthritis. It just affects multiple joints
Okay.
in here. Like I say, it's not curable. I do have medication that I can take, but I don't take it because long term taking that medication can also have different effects on your body. So I didn't want to just be taking
Absolutely.
it.
You can't get me to take an aspirin.
Yeah. So
Hey, Trey, you have any elderberry for him? Get some elderberry.
Yeah,
on
we
there.
gotta give him some elderberry,
Yeah.
man.
Go talk to Willie. Go talk to Willie. Talk to Willie Lynch.
But
Me
yeah.
and Willie Lynch, yo, hit us up.
Oh, yeah, Willie got
He's
these.
a very, very
really
herbal.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
Remember
Nah.
the guy said he gave Pretty Ricky some stuff.
Mhm.
She has a condition,
She got multiple MS.
and he said Pretty Rick. He said Willie Lynch gave us some stuff. He said, man, he had her fucking pop locking like.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
She
just
wouldn't
saying.
know it.
So it's just a lifelong thing. Lifelong
yeah,
thing.
it'll be here.
Warm
like I
weather makes it less likely.
So
or,
cold weather will affect it. However, anything can. So like now, I still go play pickup basketball whenever. But if I tweak it or if I do anything, like if I move wrong,
Yeah.
and there's no one way. Like literally, it could be anything.
Right.
But if I tweak it, I'm done for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
You're like, all right, y'all go
Like
ahead.
walking in pain or
Yeah,
sitting
like
down.
it's like pain 2 to 3 weeks after I tweak
Excruciating?
it.
Level of 1 to 10. How much pain?
Now probably about a 5 or a 6.
Okay.
Sometimes if it hurts more if I'm laying down,
Okay.
like if I'm sleeping,
Yeah.
because I can't move. If I move, then it's crazy. But now I can still walk. I can still do everything. Like I say, it doesn't hurt as much as it did before. Before
Okay.
I literally, it took me 30 minutes to crawl down the steps. Like I couldn't I couldn't do
Maybe
anything.
because your bones are elongated now. It's like
Yeah, probably. So yeah, now I just kind of I still am active. I do what I do.
Yeah.
I say I go hoop whenever I can. Try to keep them good.
okay.
But yeah, that's why I can't commit. That's why
As long as don't mess your smashing game
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
son.
nah.
You gotta-
that's why I just can't commit to. That's why I had to stop sports because I can't commit to a team because like I
Right,
said,
right.
one tweak and I'm done
Yeah.
You're done.
again. So
5 seconds on the clock. Hey, Bryce, you gonna take the last shot? Wait a minute.
Oh,
Hold on.
shit.
God damn it.
It's over. But
Yeah,
nah.
you be like Martin in that
Yeah,
episode.
think about that.
Tommy, we hurt. Tommy, we hurt.
Eric Gordon,
Yeah,
yeah.
Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon, yeah. Out.
Yeah. So,
Give me the
yeah.
symbolism behind the tat, yo.
So one of my favorite quotes is, "A vision without action is merely a dream. Anything
What
lost,
is it second?
a vision without action is merely a dream.
Okay.
Anything lost can be found again instead of time wasted." So this is kind of a take on a representation of that quote.
Okay.
So like I said, the clock represents the time wasted portion. Just reminds me to not waste time.
Right.
Time is limited. You know what I mean? Then I have the eye for my vision. Vision is what I want to do. GM, sports agent. So
Right.
that's the goal. I added the cross because obviously I believe in Jesus Christ, Most High. Then I added the money rolls. That's just for me. That's just something that I want to do.
yeah.
And then I have the Black History tattoo as well.
Who's that, Ali?
Yeah, Ali, Jackie Robinson at the bottom,
Oh, that's cool.
Martin Luther King. Then I have 2 quotes: "Never be limited by other people's limited imagination, and if there's no struggle, there's no progress."
Yeah.
Mae Jemison, Frederick Douglass at the bottom.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that is. And I really like this quote: "Never be limited by other people's limited imagination." Because like I said, when I was younger, I wanted to be in the league, and of course, everybody's like,
Right,
only
right.
2% of people were
Right,
there.
right.
So that should never discourage you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's something that I always.
That's
I
a,
like.
we listen, we are in an industry of
Mhm.
very small percentage.
Yeah.
Everybody you see sitting here right now is in an
Yeah.
industry of very small percentage. And if we had listened to somebody saying a very small percentage, we would have added to the small percent. We would have added to those numbers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So especially like I'm not saying especially me, but in particular me, because somebody in my family already did it.
Yeah.
So they looked at it like, yo, it's probably even less of a percentage for you because somebody already did it from the same house.
Mm-hmm.
And I still didn't listen.
Yeah.
And I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I respect all of those. I'm always curious about like young people having tats. Like, do you understand what the symbolism is?
Yeah.
Or is it just some shit you was
So you
like,
saw, yeah.
yo, fuck
That ain't a
bitches, get
chick's
money. Like,
name.
yo, that's what you want to live by? You
It
want to
ain't
take that with you
just
to the
a
grave?
chick.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I make sure I always check.
I say, yeah, no, it took me a long time to get these tattoos. I wanted the tattoo of my quote for the longest time. But then it just so I'm so glad this happened. But that was gonna take me to get the tattoo when I was here.
Right.
I think they were closed or we wasn't for sure that that's actually what I wanted. So I ended up not doing it. So I'm kind of glad
And I
I
didn't think
went.
the money he was talking about was gonna be all
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
How much that your whole sleeve, everything all together?
Altogether, like 25.
G's?
Yeah, 2,500.
2,500.
Yeah,
Okay.
not 25.
Like, boy,
Yeah,
you
you
better
blowing
live
out on
that.
that. You blowing out on that right on, dude.
My fault. 2,500.
Okay.
And I had to research all the artists. Not all. I only 2 artists worked on it. But it took a long time
How
to find these
painful?
artists. Man, this one was cool. This one was fine. This sleeve, cause I do all my in one session.
Yeah.
This took 9 hours,
Oof.
and the elbow was
Excruciating.
10.
Yeah.
Oh,
10.
man.
Like I had to take a break. I was like, yo, give me a second. But everything else was cool. The thing I used numbing cream, but by the time he got to that spot, the numbing cream had already
Yeah.
wore off.
Mhm.
And he still charged me for the number cream too, which is crazy. But,
Man, he had to use
You gotta get his
it.
money, yo. You gotta get his
I
money.
know, but I'm like, it wore off before you even got to it. But
Didn't put
nah, it was
up
cool
more?
though.
He would charge you more.
I was saying, no, it was cool though. So yeah, 2,500.
Man, I got no tats. I'm always curious about people with tats. Like,
Yeah.
what made you sit up under that knife the whole
Yeah.
time? Like,
They're addicting. They're addicting once if you get one, then a lot of times you're like, I need one another one.
I've had ideas about like tats I wanted to get, but then I was like, nah, I'm not doing
Yeah, I gotta get
Surprising.
one more.
Yeah, one more.
Well,
it. You
not,
gonna
not,
sleeve
not,
again?
not one more. I mean, I gotta get one for my grandmother. That's gonna be my next one.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna get yet, but she's gonna be my next tattoo. So yeah, I get that soon.
That's real,
For
man. You
sure.
said she paid down your debt
Yeah.
and you didn't even tell
She
you.
the one
Like,
who passed away on Mother's Day.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Miss Crawley.
But that's like, that's so indicative of a grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, I'm gonna make sure you good. Even mothers are like that too. Mothers are just like, the women in our lives. Let's say that.
Women in our
Grandmothers,
lives, bro.
mothers,
Aunties.
aunties.
Yeah.
If you close with your auntie
You
like
got
that,
a favorite aunt?
but your
Yeah.
grandmother's like all of my grandchildren are my babies. You know what I'm saying?
That's my dog.
So like
Yeah,
that's really dope.
That's how my grandmother.
Story
My
to hear.
grandmother was. Couldn't nobody. I mean, she loved me and Kim like we were like, hey,
I told you, Pearl Tingman was like, yo, Tony Rock is the greatest motherfucker ever walked this earth.
yeah.
I got brothers, older brothers, like, yo, why Tone the one? Like, how Tone get to be the one?
What
Like,
do you do?
That's just my baby.
Yeah.
That's just my baby.
Yeah.
Even my mom's a story I seldomly tell. My mother, when I was a baby, my mother had a job. My mother had an office job and had a babysitter to watch me while she went to work. And my pops worked, all day, every day. And my mother tells the story better than I do, so I don't think I'm trying to put 20s on it, put 20s on 10s. The babysitter fell in love with me. My mother tells the story. She was like, my mother be like, okay, I'm home, get my baby.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, wouldn't want to hand me over and shit.
Mm-mm.
And one day my mother said she came home, my pops came home and she was in the living room. My mother was in the living room holding me crying. And my pops said, what's wrong? And she was like, I'm just missing out on my child growing up, and she's with him all day and I don't get to see the baby, and they so close now, and he's like reaching for her when I pick him up, and I'm just missing out on my child being growing up. And my mother was crying, and my father said, call the job tomorrow and tell him you quit. And she's like, I quit my job to be with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa, ain't that some shit?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sacrifice.
And my pops was like, fuck, now we gotta now I gotta work 2 jobs. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
And he did it. He did it when my pops was like,
He did what he had to do.
did what he had to do. So to hear your story, to hear that,
Yeah.
working to get back to school, all that man, that's commendable, bro.
It is.
So many people think a little bit of adversity is worth saying fuck it, but they never look at the big picture. Like to bust your ass and work 4 jobs, 3 jobs at a time, 4 jobs to get back to school, bro. Now you back in school, got a degree. It was all worth it.
For sure.
Nobody wants to do the hard work anymore. It appears, and I could be wrong. I'm sure there's young gentlemen out there and young women out there busting their ass to do what they got to do to get where they want to be. But the appearance from where I'm sitting on the outside and what we've been showcased and seen the majority of the time is nobody want to work for what they want no more.
Listen.
Yeah, and there's
That's
opportunities
God
out
honest
there
truth.
to make
gotta
all
bust
kinds
your
of
ass,
money.
bro.
It's like it make it easy for you to make money. I mean, not to say that it's for everybody, but they got what is it, the Postmates and deliveries? I mean, because people hustle like that.
I've
Yeah,
done
like
it
that.
and do still.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it
you-
all.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing,
You
though,
can hire
man. Like,
yourself in a lot of cases. Yeah.
I told him, like that part was like a test from me to him in a sense.
Mhm.
I said, let me see how you gonna handle this. I said, yo, you because as a parent, you pay that money. All right, yo, we get you started. You go to Shawan, then you don't want to do it. It's just like, okay, well, what do you want to do? Well, I want to do this. So as a parent, I'm like, all right, well, if you want to transfer and that's what you want to do, and if you got this balance, take care of that balance and show me that that's what you really want to do. He did it. And I said, yo, you do that, then for your rest of your schooling year, we got you. Of course, we gonna make sure whatever you need is gonna be good. And he worked, man. And he showed that, hey, I really want to go back. And he did it, man. I was like, all right, from that point, then, so
That's what's up.
he still owe me money.
And you know what? While we're on the subject, shout out to my nephew Caleb, my brother Andre's youngest son. He graduated high school just on a humble. I think you got to take a test for a postman, post office job.
Yeah.
Take a test. Took the test, aced that shit.
Yeah.
Andre said he came home one day, Caleb got some mail. He like, yo, you got something from the post office? And he like, oh, like Caleb,
Yeah.
he's so young that he's
Yeah.
not influenced by like the world. He's just like, oh. And Andre's like, what's up? He's like, yo, I aced that test for the post office.
Mm-hmm.
And Andre's like, yo, you understand how serious that is, bro? You could do that for the next 20 years and retire.
Right.
He like 19 years old. Yo, you could do that till you 39 and literally retire
And then
and have a pension
something
for the
else.
rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now he did that and then still went and got his truck driver's license
Wow.
and sent me the picture the other day, him with the certificate with the truck driver's
Dope.
license. So I said, what you gonna do? You gonna drive, because my brother Andre owns a trucking company. I
Yeah.
said, you gonna drive with Pops? He said, yeah, I got the option. Because now he got the post office and he got that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, man, salute, kid.
Get
Salute,
money.
kid.
Get your money, man.
Like 19, 20 years old, like already. That's why I'm impressed with you, bro. I'm impressed with you. I'm impressed with my nephews. Like to just be that young. Because at 21, I will be the first one to admit, nigga, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Come on, man.
I was literally on the stoop, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, man.
Money? I try to get some money, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
I
My
feel-
man had a weed spot in Baltimore. I was like, all right, I guess I'll come up
Yeah.
there and get some money. And
Yeah.
Wow.
that shit got raided. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm back
Yeah.
home. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know.
Everywhere you go is getting raided.
Hey,
What's
man.
going on?
Hey,
couldn't
man.
figure
I
it
wasn't
out.
at Puff's house.
Oh, right.
Have you ever read that?
No.
The indictment?
Had 1,000. They found 1,000 bottles of lube in his house.
And baby oil. Baby oil
No,
and
not
lubricant.
1,000.
1,000.
bottles. Of
I don't care if it was.
lube,
I don't
baby
care if it
oil.
was
Well, like
10.
little bottles
They
of lube,
found
like-
it.
That's insane, bro.
They
Sorry about
felt
that.
they felt the need to
That nigga
report
was-
it.
Yeah, it was so much they had to report.
They had to report it.
That sounded like somebody just opened the door and was like, yo, it's about 1,000 bottles in there. And just wrote it down.
Nah, the feds count.
The feds
feds
they
gonna
count
count.
everything. They want to get.
They got the same nigga that
everything.
count the
You
seats
got
on the
another
plane. Nigga come on the plane like, we oversold. How the fuck you oversold? You don't have any seats on the plane? It's the same amount of seats that you came with, motherfucker.
That
Yeah. So you
Man.
think it's a wrap for him?
it's been a wrap. It's been a wrap since they
Can we get some more ice?
since they showed that tape. Well, even before that, they showed that tape of him on the elevator assaulting
Oh, yeah.
Cassie.
Mhm.
See, that's the thing about the feds. When they build a case,
Right.
and then they say, it's not time to tell
That's the-
everybody.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. The
And-
feds don't come until they got all their T's crossed and their I's dotted.
They said we need to get inside.
They sit
those
back and let
houses.
you get your like you.
Okay,
if
they
you
let you
hustling-
get your money.
If you hustling, they'll be like, yo, get your money. We gonna sit back and let you get it because we gonna make sure we build this case.
Yeah.
Whole time you out there like, yo, they don't know nothing. I'm balling.
Yeah,
All you
yeah.
doing is building a bigger
Building
case,
a
so they
bigger
watching you
case.
the whole time.
Yeah, bro.
What was weird to me is that you can see on the
They
document.
coming for you next, Jada.
Oh,
Fucking them little boys. Fucking them little boys.
Yo, I don't know who gonna be next, but I know niggas is clearing shit out their crib probably. I know it's some I don't know who, but I bet you some people panicking.
Man,
I'm sure.
I tell you who's gonna be last.
Who?
They gonna save Oprah for last.
Oprah?
Oprah. Oh, I'm sorry, Oprah.
Crazy.
You better get
That's
your
school in
affairs in
Africa.
order.
That's school in Africa.
Man, look.
That's school in Africa,
Think
boy.
something going down over
this
there?
is what
That's
this is what
school in
they
Africa,
do.
boy.
They right now they looking at Diddy like a damn pinata, and they hitting him, see how much money gonna fall out of him because they making all kind of money.
Like,
Everybody making.
do you think it's a thing
Yeah.
like too much fame or too much money? Do you think it should be a cap
A cap on how much money you make?
on how much money or fame? Because it seems like the
Well,
more
Bill Gates got more
fame-
money than Puff, and he ain't no.
he white.
So it's a cap on black money,
Yo, well, no, because these
No, I
white
don't think
dudes
so.
trillionaires, they doing all kind of
right?
Because will you think
Epstein had more money than Puff.
Where you
right?
think the black people
I
get
don't
it
think he had more
from?
money.
Nah, but
we
where,
own the island.
where do you think the black people get the habits from? Because remember, every time they get money and become millionaires, they start hanging with other white billionaires, and then they get
R.
exposed to
Kelly
other
wasn't
shit.
hanging with nobody but Chicago niggas. R. Kelly
But R. Kelly was doing nigga shit.
Here,
Meaning
true.
he was having chicks in a mansion in Atlanta, like tied up. He won't having no island or R. Kelly was just doing some regular nigga. Like
look where he at.
Yeah,
well, you gotta look at it. Me, I look, me. I look at it a little deeper. I like peel back a couple more layers of this onion. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't offend the wrong person.
yeah.
Who did Puff offend?
I don't know, but he must have really offended somebody that they taken his whole life. And
Who
then
did R. Kelly offend?
didn't he try to like get publishing or something like that? Like he made a move, like a power move. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think
So you're saying basically black people got to stay in the little bit of space that they give us. Once you try to get out of that,
Once
and
you try
go
to get
bigger,
out of
they
that,
come
then
at
they're
you.
like, all
No,
right.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying you offended the wrong person, and now they're gonna do something to you.
Yeah, but part of offending is
I'm not saying stay in your place. I'm not saying that by any means. Example, I think Michael Jackson would still be alive if he didn't acquire the Beatles catalog after some conversation that said, how much you selling the Beatles catalog? Went for the Beatles
Really?
catalog. And then he's like, gave him an amount, and he said, okay. And he bought the rights to the Beatles. And he had this big ass catalog of Sony's
I don't
music.
believe that. I think Michael Jackson was on drugs.
You think he was on
Michael
drugs?
Jackson was on drugs.
He had to be on
He
drugs.
was
got
so
his-
rich
had
that
his-
he hired a guy
He
to
cut
stay
his
on his
face.
payroll to keep him drugged up. That doctor,
yeah.
he was on the
Conrad.
payroll to keep me high. If I smoke who's somebody like Snoop smokes weed.
Right.
I'm sure he has a nigga on payroll that's like, yo, make sure I never run out of weed.
Well,
That's his drug. Michael Jackson's drug was propofol, right?
Mhm.
Yo, keep me on 10.
But as a doctor, you should know
And
how much
homie
you
fucked
should
up.
take. Yeah.
Homie
I
fucked
think
up. Human error,
I think there's
and it killed him.
I think
But
there's-
Michael Jackson was on drugs.
I think there's some logic and reason to that. However, this is the day. This is the time where you slipped up. After all of this,
Well, first of all,
Is it-
when we say, niggas was on drugs, for us, drugs mean crack, heroin.
he said propofol.
Michael Jackson was a
junkie? Are you saying
Michael Jackson was a junkie?
What?
Michael Jackson was a junkie.
You can't be a junkie off of propofol. Like, you don't see nobody on the corner talking about, I need that propofol.
That's how, because he was on some
Yo, you got
high
that-
level shit.
They said he couldn't sleep or something like
He
that.
was
he
on
couldn't
some.
sleep.
He
He
was
couldn't
on.
sleep.
He didn't do
Rest in
street
peace,
corner
Tito
drugs.
Jackson. Rest in peace,
Oh, yeah,
Tito.
rest in
think
peace,
about
Oh,
it.
rest in peace, Tito
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson didn't do street corner drugs.
Yeah.
He did. Yo, hit me.
Give me the good
Let me
shit.
sleep.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I
want
think-
to sleep. Yeah.
I think it all works together. But
Street
when
corner
you,
drugs ain't for sleep. That's a crackhead sleeping. They like this.
I think all that shit works together. And the
It's a
fact,
conspiracy.
yeah, there's always a conspiracy. I don't put nothing past none of that. All of a sudden, now you've been doing this for I don't know how long.
I don't know.
Propofol for
I
how
don't know.
long?
I'm
They locked them up.
They locked him up.
Yeah, doctor went to jail.
He went. They
So
took
somebody
him
got
to
to
the
go to jail.
whole.
No, Michael
It's
Jackson
Michael
dead.
Jackson
Somebody
dead.
got to go to
Somebody
jail.
went
Somebody got to go to jail.
Like my
Come
boy
on.
Mari said, they didn't kill Tony Terry.
He's still walking around.
It was Michael Jackson.
Doing-
Somebody
doing
somebody
cruise
got to
ships.
do something for this.
Yo, you wild. Yo.
No,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, ain't do nothing. Nobody.
I know he ain't do that
I
to
think when
nobody,
you're
man.
rich and you're black and you're wealthy and you got power and influence, you can do whatever you want to do. But it just seems like
Nah,
when
we
you
think
make
we
a
can do
certain
whatever we
move,
want.
when you make a certain move, like buy the most famous white group, they catalog. Now you own them.
Yeah.
That is an offense. That's
hear
an
you.
offense.
Okay,
And I
go
think-
back. What did R. Kelly do?
I don't know what he did. I didn't say R. Kelly, but R.
You said if you're black and you have money and power.
What did
okay.
R. Kelly really do?
What'd he do?
He made Step in the Name of Love, and he had
R. Kelly was just
No, who did he piss off? What was the reason they came after him?
him. I don't know anything
I
about
don't know
that.
the theory
but I
behind R.
didn't even
Kelly.
bring him up.
Besides
He did.
him
I'm
doing
saying,
the shit.
I thought
Besides
he
him
was
doing.
trying to. I thought it was about like he tried to make some kind of power move and offended somebody, like buying his publishing back or something. I don't know about that. I don't know. Don't try to fact check me. I don't know about
Diddy
that.
was in with a lot of these other people, man, trying to sue Ciroc, the head of Ciroc.
How
and
dare?
Deleon.
How dare he?
He was in, you know what I mean? And I mean, you got to remember, man, when you do all this dirt and then like everybody going to keep a case on you.
I think that now we getting close to something that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Mm.
I think that number one, everybody got some dirt on them.
Right.
And then when business deals don't go the way they supposed to, and there's money lost or money
lost.
on the line,
Okay.
Group A starts looking into group said person
Mm-hmm.
to see what they can find on them. I will agree. I
Yeah.
will
Smear
say I believe that.
campaign.
A smear
Yeah.
campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
smear
everybody got dirt.
campaign.
So it's like they might dig and go, oh, we found this. Oh, shit. It goes, oh, wait a minute. Oh, now we uncovered a big thing that we wasn't even looking for. We was trying to get some dirt to win this case.
Yeah.
Now it's massive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm not saying that's what happened to anybody. I don't.
Yeah, we don't know.
Case in point, as Tony Rock is sitting in this green chair right here, I don't know shit about nobody.
Well,
I don't know what nobody did.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's always
we just talking because we having a discussion.
conversation. But I think there's more to know. What we see, there's more.
Oh, there's more
there.
going to come out.
Oh,
yeah. Because they said in that indictment they recovered videotapes of freak offs. That's funny to me. Legal documents and stuff like that, and freak off is in there.
Man.
They would have freak offs and the list of freak off supplies. That's where they had the baby oil and stuff like that.
Freak off
yeah.
supplies.
But they did say that they recovered, videos of people. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, they got these. Fast forward a few years from now, them tapes is coming out. They can't just not use them.
Yeah.
They
But
can't just not use
the most
them.
damaging tape is the one that we've all seen.
Is it?
The one.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the most damaging
With
because we haven't
Cassie?
seen anything else.
That's the
elevator.
catalyst. That's the catalyst to
With
paint
the
the
Cassie at
picture.
the
But you say,
elevator.
is it? That's the only one we can go by. We can go by. The
Yeah.
public can go by,
Right.
'cause that's the only one we've seen.
Yeah.
The feds gonna make sure they see the shit that's like,
Oh, yeah.
nigga,
They
we got you.
They got
Oh, yeah.
everything.
They see the like.
Yeah,
oh,
they got
shit,
everything.
yeah.
And then somebody in the mix is like, them tapes is coming out. They exist
Oh, yeah.
according
Well,
to
look,
that
look,
document.
we ain't gonna end this
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
conversation
Y'all brought it up. I was
with the
trying not to
negative.
bring it up.
With the
Yeah.
negative. No, I mean it's because
Yeah.
it's pop culture and it's
Yeah.
very relevant
Right.
in public. What's going on today? It's actually been on TV all day today, so that's why
Yeah.
we're talking about it. But I don't want to
Yeah.
change the dynamic of this conversation
Yeah.
so much so that we end up over there and
Right.
end the show over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, what you got going up? What you got coming up? Working on something? Anything you want to tell us about? Anything you proud of? You want to tell us about anything?
Man, I'm just in school right now. I'm accelerating, so I am gonna be.
I mean, he doing good, y'all.
I'm gonna be graduating in this upcoming May. So I'm just
With the masters?
Wait,
With
accelerated
my
means
mate.
you're gonna graduate sooner than you supposed
sooner. Yeah, it's a 2.5 year program. I'm
And you gonna
finishing
do it
in
in how long?
16 months.
Shit.
So I'm locked in, getting that done. But yeah, other
It's a
than that,
2.5 year program, and you're gonna do it in a year and 4 months.
yeah, 16. Yeah, a year
That's
4
dope
months.
right
Yep.
there. Mhm.
Yep. So yeah, man, just
The masters in information systems?
information systems, cybersecurity, AI.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, man, just trying to get that done. I'm at the Apple store.
For right now, I'm at the Apple store.
I'm working for Apple right now. And that actually, I mean, it's a cool job. You know, I got 2 promotions in less than a year, so I'm cool right now at the moment. So
Yeah, we need to talk about that discount program.
yeah.
Hey, you talk
I
about the
got you.
discount. I'm just want to say, man, since the day I've met you, I have been incredibly impressed with you, man.
Appreciate
I've been impressed with your stature,
it.
your articulation, your education, your aura.
Appreciate
I literally would never give anyone this compliment. I hope my child grows up to be something like this.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
To be like, hey, I gotta work because I gotta get it. I'm gonna get out of school, Dad, but I'm gonna go make sure I get back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a degree, then I'm gonna get another degree. I'm gonna finish it in record time. I'm gonna work hard and focus. You know what I'm saying? I have been nothing but impressed with you, young man, since the day I met you. If you ever need anything from me, you know I'm a phone call away.
I appreciate you.
And it don't gotta be just can you get me in this
Yeah,
club?
yeah,
bro?
yeah.
That's all you use me for so far.
Yeah.
Hey, tell him outside. All right, I'm coming. And I'm gonna let
Hey.
you end it with words to your child.
If you want to say something,
He said he want to just kind of.
This can be after the show. You ain't got to hook me up right now.
Oh.
Hey, just more power to everything that you're doing, man. Onward
Appreciate
and upward, brother, man. You in there, and you got your head on straight, and you got your father that set a good tone for you, and like Tone says, man. Anytime you in town, hit us any of us up, man. You know, let's get something to eat. Let's talk. I'm always available for perspective on anything,
Got you.
and you're doing well for yourself, kid. You're going places.
Never forget your responsibility to your people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Never forget that.
yeah.
For sure.
And I just want to say, man, you know, it was an honor to have you on Live from the Green Room.
Sure.
Thank you for being a supporter of Live from the Green Room, watching the episodes, subscribe to our channel. Thank you for being my son, my kid, my biggest flex ever is you. You know what I mean? is or are you, and I'm so proud, I'm so happy, man. And like let's just take over, man. Let's take over the world, man. And I'm here. Anything you ever need, any advice, anything you ever need, I'm here. Will always be here, man. Love you. And yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
My guy.
I appreciate it.
All right, hey, we got to plug next week.
We're gonna end it like that.
Yeah.
Wait, before we end,
Yeah,
we
next
can
week.
end it like that. We're not gonna end it like that.
Yeah, next week.
First of all, let me just say to my child, Charleston, I love you so much. Next week, if you guys didn't know, Love from the Green Room. Stephanie Solomon was our guest, the real estate broker.
Mm-hmm.
She has been flooded in her DMs by male suitors hoping to get a chance to take her out. Next week, we're going to have a live episode, Love from the Green Room. We're going to have a bunch of suitors come on the show that potentially want to take Stephanie out.
Yep.
We are going to give them the third degree, Trey and Fox and I. We're going to help her narrow her search down, and we are going to send her and whoever she decides to go out with on a dinner date paid for by us.
Yep.
Love from the Green Room next weekend live, sponsored by Captain Kirk's Jamaican Rum
If
Punch.
you want to be in the audience, RSVP at TreyElliot@gmail.com, TreyElliot if you're in the LA area. And you can be in the audience, man, to watch it. It's going to be hilarious.
And 2 weeks after that, we doing Love from the Green Room, Joe Fox.
Tony Rock.
If you want to date Joe Fox, if you want to be a potential suitor of Joe Fox, hit us up, hit Trey up, hit me up, slide in our DMs, let us know. I want to come on. We're going to do another live episode for Joe Fox. And then 2 weeks after that, the season finale of Live from the Green Room. The date Tony Fox.
Whoa!
Tony Fox. The date Tony Rock
Rock.
episode. I might flew one of y'all out. I might flew one of y'all out for the date Tony Rock episode. It's gonna be live, drinks, food.
Yeah.
They're gonna give y'all the third degree and make sure we pare it down to who I'm going on a dinner date with. Paid for by these two. All of this is sponsored by Captain Kirk's Jamaican Rum Punch.
And
wait, someone say them.
No, I just was gonna say thank y'all for having me on. I enjoyed it.
Man, come on,
Hey,
man.
Cap, I don't know what you got in these drinks, but
Literally couldn't
That's
say
real
it.
right there. I told you.
it's like that. It's like that.
and thank you to all of the new subscribers.
Yes.
To all of the to everybody, the Mekhi Phifer episode.
Yo,
is
Mekhi
so far-
Phifer effort.
Shout out to Mekhi.
Shout out Mekhi, yo.
Yo, we got
Shout
over,
out Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Big
we got
Mike.
over 3,000 views on that
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
And we
A lot,
had
yeah.
several platforms that reposted it. VSG Entertainment. Shout out to VSG for reposting.
Media every day.
Media every day.
Everyday
Reposted the
Everyday
clip.
Media.
I think
Yeah.
Everyday Media.
Everyday Media. Forgive me, we got it mixed up, but you know what we talking about.
Yeah.
And some other outlets. Shout out to Mekhi for posting it.
Yeah.
And so that's been circulating.
Don't just repost that one. Repost
Yeah,
all of them. We
repost
fucking
all of
38 episodes in with that one.
Yeah.
So repost. If you want to show love, show all the love.
Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah.
for all the subscribes. So like and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Help us run these numbers up, man.
Yeah,
Get
man.
this shit on TBS, TNT,
yeah.
after Inside the NBA.
It's
Stay
up from
tuned for a
here.
live episode of Live from the Green Room.
Yeah.
Let's go. Peace.
We out.